It is my favorite time of the month, which means, oh my God, how do you have time to read 200 books a year? Oh my God, what do you do all month that you read 14 to 15 books? Oh my God, oh my God. When people just yap, trying to rage bait you on the internet, it is reading wrap-up time. Here is what I read in the month of June. I will say that it was one of my slower months. And I read, here are my stats, 14 books at 4,558 pages, average 2 days to finish. A majority of those are romance. I read, I think, one audiobook. The rest was done digitally or physical. So here are the books I actually read, though. Let's start from the beginning. I read Bash, which was Wolf Warriors MC by Casey Mills. Fun fact, when I first started reading again, I read a ton of white books, which meant that I was always in Mafia land. I was always reading about a biker club, and then didn't realize that biker clubs existed for everybody. And then once I really dove headfirst into Black romance, my God, there is something about a Black biker club that really gets your loins going, okay? Loved it, ate it up. It was a reread for me. Finished Watercolors, which I did post a video about it here. One of the most lyrically beautiful books I have ever read. Evelyn Latrice has a way with words. She is like a fucking wordsmith, and I will devour everything and anything that she writes. This was a top read of 2026. I actually have 2 of my top reads of 2026 in my June wrap up. Next up, I read Widowmaker by M. Monique. I stayed up all night to finish this because it was one of the funnest concepts I've ever read. Because imagine you're a detective, you're chasing a serial killer, but every time you think you're getting close, you're actually even further away. But what happens if the serial killer is closer than you think? And like, to be devil's advocate, the men that were being killed weren't even good. So like, if they needed to like get deleted off the earth, so what? Please don't put me on a list. Next up, I read Hard for the Next by Neck Mills. I'll be honest, this was the beginning of June. I do not remember everything that happened. I do remember having a good time though. Wrapped Up in His Ruggish Ways by Tay Monet. Love an unhinged MMC. That's a theme for this month. Finished Till Forever by Natasha Rayner. It was an 80-page novella that followed up the first book in a series where it's kind of like you're watching this happy family kind of be together, figure out what happens next, blah, blah, blah. That was great. Joliet by Ray Elise, one of my other top 5 books of 2026. Phenomenal. Here is the video where I talked about it. And then I did Glock, A Hood Love Story by Jenica Johnson. I had so much fun because what if you have a deadbeat baby dad who got hooked on his own supply, and then you're on the block trying to make a way for your daughter, and the person that you're getting your from is the person you end up falling for. It's like a dope boy love story. Love it! And then I finished Childish Games We Play by Masterpiece. Yeah. And then The Body Hunter by M. Monique. I also had a really good time with this one. And then Fast by Millie Belizaire. Ooh, this one was probably one of the hardest books I read this month. It was so emotionally draining and gut-wrenching and painful, but oh my God, by the time I finished it, I was absolutely in love with everything about this book. It was such a good book, but it's a book that I would read once and never reread. And then SOL, Save Our Love. Imagine you and your ex-fiance break up. You go on a cruise, and who is in front of you? Your ex-fiance. Your ex-fiance that you ghosted, dipped off on, has no idea why you left him. And now you guys are reconnecting. Oh, wait, but your current fiance is also on the ship with you. I love women in Menfield. And then we did A Dangerous Love from a Houston Menace. My God, if you thought Ocean Pendrell was a nutcase, wait until you meet Mari. Mari really made me giggle, kick my feet. I had so much fun reading this book because that motherfucker was crazy. He was crazy about his girl, but he was fucking nuts. He was like that person who came from like a really traumatic background and ended up holding on to things so tightly because he didn't want to lose anything. You understood him, but you were also like, hey babe, ease up. And then last night I finished Just Listen by Nicole Jackson. I really had a fun time reading this one. You end up bumping into this person in the middle of the club. You catch each other's eyes. It's crazy. You meet in the club, you don't really exchange names, you're caught in the middle of a shootout, and then it sort of like spans the course of a few like months. There's a baby. There's like some cheating. there's a lot, okay? And it was so good. It was kind of the perfect book to end the month with, and that I would recommend this to anybody. So that is my wrap up. I did 14 books this month. I am thoroughly knackered now, and I'm really excited to see what I get to in July. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.